Ever feel like your car's stuck in first gear when you hit the gas? Like it's screaming for more power?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, today we're talking about a different kind of engine, the kind that powers everything from your phone to a medical scanner.
That's right. We're diving into the world of radio frequency transistors, and Amplion just unveiled their latest and greatest, the ART2K5TPU.
Okay, so we're talking tiny components, big power.
Big might be an understatement. We're talking about a transistor that can pump out 2.5 kilowatts of power.
Whoa, 2.5 kilowatts. What can you even do with that much power in something that small?
Think of any application that needs strong, precise radio waves.
Yeah.
We're talking medical imaging, industrial lasers. This transistor can handle it. And get this, it does it all more efficiently than ever before.
So it's not just about raw power, it's about doing more with less. I like the sound of that.
Exactly. One of the most exciting things about the ART2K5TPU is its efficiency. It uses less energy, which means it generates less heat.
And less heat is a good thing, right? Especially when you're talking about packing this much power into such a small package.
Absolutely. Less heat means simpler designs, and it opens up possibilities for new technologies that were previously limited by heat management.
Now that is fascinating, but I gotta be honest, looking through the technical documentation, some of these terms are a bit beyond me. Like, what exactly is a 65.1 load mismatch tolerance?
Yeah, good question. Think of it like driving a car on a perfectly smooth road, then suddenly you hit a patch of ice.
Oh, go.
Most cars would lose control, but a car with amazing traction control, it can handle that mismatch and keep you on the road.
I see. So it's about being able to adjust to those sudden changes.
Exactly. The RT2K5 TPU can handle those sudden surges and changes in power like a champ. That makes it super reliable, even in unpredictable environments.
It's like the off-road version of a transistor, built tough. Okay, now what about this LDMOS technology? That seems to be at the heart of what makes this transistor so special.
You're right, it is pretty crucial. Imagine LDMOS like the engine design for a high-performance car. It's what gives the RT2K5 TPU its power and efficiency.
So other transistors are like, what? Trying to power a factory with a bicycle?
Pretty much. The LDMOS technology is a total game changer, allowing for that huge jump in performance. But how does this actually translate to the real world?
Yeah, let's get practical. Let's start with industrial applications. I know the documentation mentions some pretty impressive uses there.
This is where the ART2K5 TPU's power and precision are a game changer. Think about industrial lasers, the kind used to cut metal with incredible accuracy.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Current technology. It can be bulky and expensive. This transistor allows for smaller, more efficient lasers, which could make the technology more accessible and affordable for smaller companies.
So we could see faster manufacturing times, more intricate designs, all thanks to this tiny transistor.
Exactly. It's not just about doing what we already do, but doing it better and cheaper. And it goes beyond lasers. Any industrial process that needs high-powered radio waves, like heating or drying, could become more efficient and cost-effective.
That's huge, especially these days. But it sounds like the impact of this goes far beyond just factories. The documentation also mentions some potential uses in the medical field, particularly medical imaging. Now that's something I want to hear more about.
And for good reason. Imagine a world where medical imaging, like MRI, is faster, safer, and provides even clearer images. That's the potential we're talking about here.
Okay, faster, safer, clearer. Those are some big promises when it comes to medical technology. But how does a transistor make that happen? It's not like it's magically improving the cameras, right?
Right, it's all about the radio waves.
Hmm.
MRI machines use those waves to interact with the atoms in your body, creating a detailed map doctors can use for diagnosis.
Okay, so it's like sending out a sonar signal. The stronger and clearer that signal, the more detail you see.
That's a great way to put it. And the ART2K5 TPU can generate those powerful radio waves much more efficiently, which translates to clearer, higher resolution images.
So doctors could potentially detect smaller abnormalities leading to earlier diagnoses.
Exactly. And you mentioned safer too. Any medical procedure that involves energy has some inherent risks.
That's true.
With MRI, one concern is the amount of radio frequency energy absorbed by the body. Now, with the ART2K5 TPU's efficiency, we could potentially reduce that exposure while still getting great image quality.
Wow, so it's like getting the same great picture but with a much shorter exposure time. That's huge for patients. You know, for such a small component, it's amazing to think about the ripple effects it could have on healthcare.
It really is. And the exciting part is that the applications go far beyond just medical imaging. Think about the world of broadcasting. We're constantly demanding higher quality, faster streaming, whether it's for our favorite shows or live sports.
Okay, I'm all ears. How does this tiny transistor revolutionize the airwaves?
Well, right now, broadcasting at different frequencies often requires separate sets of equipment, one for AM radio, another for FM radio, and so on. It's complex and expensive, but the ART2K5TPU, with its wide frequency range, can cover a much broader spectrum with just one device.
Wait, so it's like having a universal remote that can control all your devices, but for radio waves instead?
Exactly. That's the beauty of this technology. It simplifies the whole process, makes it more cost-effective for broadcasters, and potentially leads to better signal quality and wider coverage for us, the viewers and listeners.
Fewer dropped calls during my morning commute. I'm sold. But it sounds like the impact of the ART2K5TPU goes even further, pushing the boundaries not just of how we receive information, but also how we discover it. The documents mention some pretty amazing potential in scientific research.
Absolutely, and this is where things get really exciting. The ability to generate such precise, high-powered radio waves has huge implications for scientific instruments, particularly those used in fields like particle physics.
Particle physics. We're talking about the study of the universe at its most fundamental level, right? The search for the building blocks of reality.
You got it. One of the primary tools they use is the particle accelerator. These huge machines that smash particles together at incredible speeds to unlock the secrets of the universe. And guess what these accelerators rely on? Powerful radio frequency amplifiers.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection here. The ART2K5TPU, with its ability to handle those high power levels, could become a key component in making those particle accelerators even more powerful.
Exactly. More power means pushing the boundaries of what we can observe and understand. It could lead to breakthroughs in our understanding of dark matter, the origins of the universe, maybe even entirely new physics that we haven't even imagined yet.
So we're not just talking about some minor improvements to science. We're talking about potentially rewriting textbooks.
It's true. And what's remarkable is that the ART2K5TPU's impact isn't limited to these massive, complex machines. Remember how we talked about its potential in wireless power transfer?
Oh yeah, the dream of a world without charging cables always seemed like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Well, the ART2K5TPU, with its efficiency and power handling, could be a significant step toward making that a reality. Imagine a future where your phone charges wirelessly, not just from a pad on your nightstand, but from the air around you as you move through your day.
Okay, now that's a game changer. I can already picture it. No more scrambling for outlets at the airport. But seriously, the possibilities seem endless. We've covered everything from revolutionizing medical imaging to potentially unlocking the secrets of the universe. What's next? What does the future hold for this technology?
That's the big question, isn't it? The most exciting part is that we're just scratching the surface. Amplion hasn't simply created a new transistor. They've created a platform for innovation, a building block for advancements we can only begin to imagine.
So it's like handing a group of brilliant scientists and engineers a box full of powerful new tools. Who knows what they'll come up with?
Exactly. One area where I see huge potential is in mobile communications. We're constantly pushing for faster data speeds, greater bandwidth, and more reliable connections. The ART2K5TPU could be a key component in making that happen.
So we could be talking about a future where our smartphones are not only more powerful, but also more energy efficient, all thanks to this tiny transistor.
Precisely. And beyond that, think about the potential impact on emerging technologies like 6G, the Internet of Things, and even applications we haven't even dreamed of yet. The ART2K5TPU could be the catalyst for a new wave of connectivity, connecting us to the world around us in ways we never thought possible.
It's mind-blowing to think that something so small can have such a massive impact. It really highlights how important innovation is, especially in these rapidly evolving fields.
Absolutely. The ART2K5TPU is a perfect example of how a single breakthrough can ripple outwards, driving progress and shaping the future in profound ways. It's a reminder that the most important inventions are often those that empower us to do more, to explore further, and to connect with the world in deeper, more meaningful ways.
Well said. A huge thank you to all our listeners for joining us on this deep dive into the world of cutting-edge radio frequency technology. It's been quite a journey.
It certainly has.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never underestimate the power of human ingenuity to shape